From the smallest atom to the vast expanse of the universe, one tool has guided humanity's search for truth: the scientific method. It's the reason we have electricity, vaccines, space telescopes, and even smartphones. But what exactly is this method? Today, we'll explore how the scientific method shapes our understanding of the world and where it begins to fall short. At its heart, the scientific method is a systematic process to answer questions through observation, experimentation, and reasoning. It begins with observation, noticing something intriguing or unexplained, then forming a question like, why does this happen? Next, scientists form a hypothesis, an educated guess that can be tested. Through experimentation, they gather data. Finally, they analyze results to reach a conclusion, confirming, rejecting, or revising their initial idea. True science is self-correcting. Conclusions are retested and reevaluated as new evidence emerges. This cycle of observation, hypothesis, experiment, and revision has propelled human knowledge for centuries. Nowhere is the scientific method more powerful than in the natural sciences: physics, chemistry, biology, astronomy, and geology. Here, conditions can be controlled, data measured, and hypotheses tested repeatedly. In physics, it helps understand laws of motion. In chemistry, it guides discovery of new materials. In biology, it unlocks mysteries of genetics and evolution. Even in astronomy, it thrives through observation and mathematical models. Every equation, lab test, and space probe traces its origins back to this disciplined structure. But what happens when we turn this method toward human behavior, emotion, and society? In social sciences like psychology, sociology, and economics, the scientific method still applies, but with limits. Human beings are unpredictable. Emotions, culture, and free will make exact replication difficult. Yet researchers adapt, using surveys, controlled experiments, and statistical models to test hypotheses. These studies reveal patterns that help us understand ourselves better, though less precise than physics. In engineering and technology, the scientific method becomes a blueprint for innovation. Engineers apply it to design, test, and refine everything from circuits and bridges to rockets and AI. A hypothesis might be, if I change this material, the structure will become stronger. They test, measure, and repeat. This iterative process transforms ideas into inventions that define our modern world. In medicine and health sciences, the stakes are higher. The scientific method saves lives. Every new drug, vaccine, or surgical procedure begins as a hypothesis, tested through clinical trials and peer review. The same is true for environmental science, investigating pollution, climate change, and ecosystem balance. By observing patterns, forming hypotheses, and testing with data, scientists develop strategies to protect the planet. The scientific method is the foundation of all progress in public health and environmental protection. It isn't confined to laboratories. It lives in our everyday decisions. Imagine your phone isn't charging. You observe the problem. You form a hypothesis. Maybe the cable is damaged. You test it with another cable. If it works, you've confirmed your hypothesis. This simple logic, observe, test, conclude, is the scientific method in action, applied instinctively every time we troubleshoot or plan. However, not everything can be measured or tested. The scientific method struggles with subjective experiences. Emotions, morality, beauty, or faith belong to philosophy, art, and ethics, realms where observation alone can't capture truth. The method's power lies in explaining the physical world, not the metaphysical one. Recognizing its limits doesn't weaken science, it defines its integrity. So, how applicable is the scientific method? Almost everywhere, from the cosmos to the human mind, from laboratories to daily life. It may not answer every question, but it remains humanity's most reliable compass, guiding us through mystery, discovery, and the endless pursuit of truth.